We got a swarm. Let's see where they go. This is what happens when you only have 2 boxes on in the spring. So the cluster is gonna form somewhere, and then I'm gonna have to scratch one of my afternoon plans and try and put it in a box real quick. Crap. Timing. But anyway, this is a swarm leaving. We got to see a swarm arriving, so let me walk over here. We get a close up. So there's some activity at the entrance, but most of the bees are up here. And zoom in so you can see the density in the sky. Oh, timing, man. And of course it's all going to happen now because of the rain. We got a little bit of rain, not much. It looks like they're going to cluster up at the top of that tree. And yeah. Well, can't do everything. Priorities are changing. We'll see. Wish I could just run up into this tree, grab the queen in a clip, and toss her in the box. There's actually more bees now in the air. The cloud's kind of drifting that way. It's cool to be inside of it, yes. Let's see. Oh, they're densifying. Somewhere in there. They're gonna. I think it's on this tree. I don't know if you can see it right there. I think that's where I see it concentrating. But in the sky, it's, you know, it went from wider to now it's narrowing. It kind of, you know, finding the way back towards her. But I'm getting you guys lots of good bee video. Yeah, it's right there in the tree. That's where she was. I should have. Man, that's where I see it concentrating. And you can't see it because it's, of course, dark on the camera, about right there in the tree. There's a cluster forming around the queen. Say there's a few bees in the sky. So yeah, interruption for the swarming because I didn't get around to this colony. And now everything's chill. So yeah, that was a swarm leaving, and I was just trying to leave as well. So that is that. Let me zoom out all the way. So they kind of did a whirl around the tree over there, but they all drifted back that way, and now they're clustering on a branch right there in the middle. Let's see if you can see it. That's where the swarm's gonna land for now, and I'm gonna go up there with the bucket on a pole and try and catch them. Alright, you guys, I decided to make a video because if you are a beekeeper and you want to catch swarms, this is a handy device. Call it a swarm lowerer, and it's a pole from a net that I found, I think in the bayou actually, and then a jug that I'd also found in the trash pile.
It's bolted through and then duct taped, so it's real sturdy. There's duct tape to shim it on the inside. But you can guess how this works. It's going to help us to get that cluster right there down out of the tree, the majority of the bees, over here where the chickens are. Excuse me. There's daisies at my feet. So obviously a tarp is always good to have, and hey ladies, so here's what I've got for them to fall into. I've got very sticky with propolis, but a couple frames that are drawn, that's not brood foundation, that's just super stuff. One blank in the middle, I think one more drawn. So 3 drawn that are just from a super, they had honey in them, and then 4 blank for all that space for that bee energy. And I'm gonna dump the bees into here. I'm actually gonna soak these down, so I brought some sugar water. I'm gonna dump the bees in, soak down the frames first, and then I have a lid that has a little bit of a gap, and that's because if I can catch the queen, I will. So I got my queen clip on me, and then I might go back up for a second, you know, grab, and I would dump the bees at the entrance, because once the lid goes on, you're trying to get a lot of bees inside your box, and then you're trying to chill things out so that they reset. All right, I had to throw down some treats for the chickens because they were way too close. I've got my tool. You never want to stand directly underneath because those falling bees will have their stingers out. They're just agitated. But I am not by any means the most experienced, so we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. All right, so I was too much underneath. I got a sting in the arm, and I think a sting in this armpit from being too close. So that's a good lesson to learn. And then there's a lot of good activity into the box, which is what we can go over and see. And then I'll take a moment and I'll grab the rest because that's perfect bucket sized. So we should be looking for a queen right now. And I gotta drop the legs, but look at this flow of bees towards the nearest smell, towards the nearest thing. It should be going in the entrance pretty well. And those chickens better stay away. Daisy, I'm gonna set you guys down right here. And I'm gonna go grab the rest of the bees out of the tree. Same technique. guys see the queen? I'm coming in. Let's see if she goes in. Pretty fun hanging out with this many bees, huh? I don't see her, but hopefully she's inside. One thing I could have done better, do you see underneath that lower edge right there? I could have made sure it was flush, because there's a little bit of a gap there, and that's going to block the flow of bees into the entrance. But you see, the tarp is the biggest factor in all this, for sure. The queen doesn't have the desire to go in as much as the colony does. They're keying in on each other's smell. But see the way they're moving toward this close corner? We might have something happening right here. Like that's where the queen might be. Oh, I saw her. That's her, that's her. She just went in. Awesome. I got to see the queen. I doubt you guys, maybe somebody with an eagle eye saw it, but she was right where they were fanning towards, and now she's inside. So it's great to see that she's alive. She wasn't damaged in the lowering, and that she's inside the box. That's pretty awesome. So we should see this clean up pretty fast. Alright you guys, so the camera battery died. That's why you didn't get to see all of the settling in. But essentially what happened was most of them settled inside, and then I cut out from this queen excluder I've been cutting from. I cut out a block to keep the queen inside, just in case she didn't like the box, and then a feeder so they can start taking syrup and have something to drink if they're stuck inside for the most part. And I'm going to move them tonight to their forever location. So all this activity should move inside after dark, and if not, I'll just make it rain a little bit. I got a spray bottle for moving them along, and they should be good to go. I'm going to leave the queen excluder on for probably another day, and then I'll give them a much smaller entrance to defend. And I have this little piece, which is cool to know about. This is for drywall mudding in corners, and it's really good for transporting bees as a vent. So that's cut to go right in front. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, learned something, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.